Camera.
Action. So this year is a very special year for me because 2020 marks the 10th year since I started my journey as a filmmaker. It all really started for me back in 2010 when I took a film class in grade 12, which ended around this time. And when I finished that film class, that's when I realized and decided that this is what I really wanted to do with my life. I wanted to make filmmaking my life and somehow create a career out of it. I graduated from high school in 2010 and I've just been on this really wild and unique journey ever since. And now that it's been 10 years, I'm just thinking I can't believe it's been 10 years, and I'm really reflecting on how far I've come, where I am now, and where I want to be. And I can't really say I'm where I was hoping to be at this point in my life. I'm sure there's lots of people out there who would say, they wish they had accomplished more or just wish they had done things differently. And if you know me, you know I'm an ambitious person with really high aspirations. And there's definitely things that I wish I had accomplished by now that I just haven't yet. But at the same time, I definitely think I have a bunch of successes that I can be really proud and thankful for. I've had short films in film festivals like Framed, which premiered at the Victoria Film Festival in 2014. I've worked with some pretty cool people like Peter Kent, who's the stunt double of Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I also started a nonprofit film society, which after 8 years is still continuing to grow, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I definitely have things I can be proud of. And it's just been quite the journey I've been on these past 10 years since graduating in 2010. And most young aspiring filmmakers, they probably decide after graduating to go to film school to learn how to make movies there. I decided that wasn't the path for me. I thought what I really needed was just to get more real life experience, which I could use in the stories I want to tell and the films I wanted to make. And I thought I'm going to make movies on my own and see where that takes me. Starting off, I just was making movies on my own. I would Shanghai my friends to be my actors and help with some crew stuff. But mainly it was just me, and I realized I had to find other filmmakers with the same aspirations as me to make movies with. So that really motivated me to start a nonprofit film society back in 2012. And from doing that, I met a lot of filmmakers, talented filmmakers with all their own unique gifts, and been able to work with them. And when I was first starting out, I was like, I want to work with everybody and help out on all these different projects, and because I just want to get as much experience as possible. And I wanted to help other filmmakers succeed as well. So yeah, I worked on a lot of different projects, and that's what I really advise to any aspiring filmmaker. If you're just starting out, get involved with lots of other filmmakers' projects, because that's the way you're going to learn a lot and get lots of experience. In every film you do, you learn what worked and what didn't work, and then you can take that and apply it to your next film. And so yeah, I did a lot of that. I worked on a lot of projects with a lot of other filmmakers, and I would do anything that was needed on those projects. I did a lot of camera work because I love doing camera, but I also did sound. I held a boom pole, and I was an assistant who'd hold scripts and read lines with actors. And with all that experience, both working on fellow filmmakers' projects and also running a nonprofit film society, I really gained the experience and skill set to be a producer. So in the past few years, I found I've been doing a lot of producing of other filmmakers' films. And yeah, so I've done a lot of work over these past 10 years, and it's a lot of different types of film work. I've done dramatic short films, but I've also done lots of sketch comedy, some music videos, some commercial work, even did a few documentaries, which I never expected I would do, but I actually really enjoyed. And I've been involved with some feature film projects, which is pretty cool. But they weren't my feature film projects, and that's what it really comes down to for me, and what I want to do going forward. I've always wanted to make a feature film. That's what every, I'm sure, aspiring filmmaker wants to do, is make a feature film of their own. And originally I wanted to make a feature film when I was 24. Now, like I said, I'm really ambitious. But the reason why I wanted to make a feature film at 24 is because when I was younger, I read a book called Rebel Without a Crew by Robert Rodriguez, which was about him making his first feature film, El Mariachi, when he was 24. So I thought, I'm going to be like Robert Rodriguez, I'm going to make a feature film when I'm 24, and I'm 27 now, and I haven't made a feature film yet. And every year after 24, I've been like, this is the year I'm going to make a feature film, this is the year I'm going to make a feature film, and I haven't got there yet. So I'm just really thinking, what do I need to do to make that happen? And there's probably a bunch of reasons why I haven't made a feature yet. One, I think, is I've had a lot of learning to do. There's a lot to learn when it comes to filmmaking, and it's taken a lot of time, a lot of just experience to gain all the skills and knowledge that I think I needed to make a movie. Gained all this experience from working on projects, but then also doing lots of reading and studying and watching videos online. And so yeah, I've been doing a lot of learning these past 10 years, and it's now just getting to a point where I think, like, you know, I probably still have a lot of learning to do, but I think I've learned enough that I can now take all this knowledge and skills that I've developed and be able to use it on the projects and films that I really want to make now. And a couple other reasons why I probably just haven't quite got to making a feature film yet is, one, I have been through some rough times in my life the past few years. It was very difficult to focus on, you know, big picture, on what I wanted to accomplish. It had to be more like I would just day by day focus on the things that need to be done. I had to do that, and it's taken some time to finally get to a point where it's like, okay, no, let's look at the big picture. What do I really want to do? What's the big dreams that I want to make happen? And so yeah, that's where I'm happy to say I'm there now. And that's what I'm going to be doing. And to really do that, the other thing that I think has kind of been holding me back is my time. You know, in the past few years, past many years, I've been giving a lot of time to working on other filmmakers' projects and also running a nonprofit film society. And you know, when I was younger, I felt like I had a lot of time, and I had all the time in the world to work on all these different projects and do as much as possible. But I just don't feel like I have as much time anymore. You know, I'm still pretty young, you know, at 27, but yeah, I don't feel like I have as much time. Because, you know, I have so many projects that has been building up in me that I need and I really want to make. And I know if I don't focus my time, that those films, those stories will never be told. You know, because I have so many stories that it's probably going to take me like another 10 years, maybe more, to be able to tell them. And if I don't, you know, take the time now to start writing them and shooting them, that they just might never happen. And I don't want that. I really want to make these films and tell these stories. So yeah, so that's what I want to do. And you know, there's a certain type of story that I really want to tell now. You know, in the past, I would get involved with any project. I would do any project of my own and other filmmakers that I thought was, you know, this would be really entertaining, or this would be a lot of fun, or this would be really challenging. I'll learn a lot from it. But I've always wanted to do more purposeful and more meaningful work. You know, I wanted to tell stories that would hopefully have an impact, like the stories that have impacted me as a person and as a filmmaker. The type of stories I really want to tell are stories that create a better understanding about the world that we live in. And hopefully by creating a better understanding, helping people live better lives. That's what I really want to do. Again, I want to make more meaningful, purposeful work. And yeah, and that's with my own projects, my own films and stories that I want to write. And it's also with any filmmaker, my fellow filmmakers' projects, if they come to me and be like, hey Zach, do you want to work on this project? And I'll be looking at it, it's like, okay, is this a film that's, you know, it's really entertaining, but does it create a better understanding about the world? Because that's what I really want to do. And it's taken time for me to, you know, develop myself, to develop a voice so I can confidently tell these stories. I think in the past 10 years, I have gained a lot of experience. I have a lot of connections now and resources that I can hopefully take my work to the next level. I'm at a good place right now. And I'm really excited for the future and all the work I'm going to be doing. You know, I've got a lot of plans, lots of different projects I want to make happen. Big projects, feature film projects, but also small projects, videos I want to put online. So I want to thank you for, you know, listening to me give like a 10-minute monologue about myself. And if you've been following me and watching my stuff throughout the past 10 years, thank you. And hopefully you'll be sticking around because I've got a lot of stuff I'm excited to be sharing with you. So, thanks. See ya.